was once said, "Good is the enemy of great." If all that you strive for is good enough, how will you ever achieve greatness? The efforts led to this. Every rep, every drill, all the work unseen will be worth it. Because right now, the eyes are on us.
Blow the check up, detonation, kill them one by one, final destination, top my destination, I got guardian angels all around it, that's deflector say, I'm a motherfucking champion, this right here the anthem, I can't dap you without hand saying, I don't know your dirty ass hands been, I wake up to like 100 texts, championship team, but we can't cut the net, she all off in my jersey looking underdressed, I'm finna buy this bitch a Honda CRX.
Good evening, Mustang Nation, and welcome back to the Cheyenne High School Gymnasium. I'm Tristan Marock, joined alongside Dan Wolf for tonight's girls basketball matchup between your West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs and the Fargo South Bruins, followed by the boys matchup between these two same teams. Dan, it's a good night for basketball out here.
Yeah, it really is, Tristan, and you know, Mother Nature reminded us just yesterday that indeed it is winter, and so the clock is turned from the volleyball and football seasons into the basketball seasons, and it's still very much early going here for both the girls and boys Mustang squads, but the EDC season did start earlier this week. I know the teams have still some non-conference type of games, but really these are the ones that you need to really start taking seriously, and you're out to try and win. Collect as many of these as you can as you're working towards seeding for later in the year.
Yep, as we kind of take a look at the Mustangs and Bruins coming into this one, Cheyenne's fourth in scoring 4, and then also fourth in points against, And then looking at the Bruins, they actually lead the points against coming into this one, and neither team's off to the hottest start right now, as you've seen, I'm sure, Dan.
Yeah, you know, and it's hard. I always think early in the season, especially at like a varsity level, what you're trying to work on is, you know, developing some chemistry, probably work on some rotations, which players play well off of each other and kind of complement each other when it comes to scoring. And so generating offense for both of these teams, you know, I think you mentioned South averaging the fewest points per game and then giving up the largest number. And early in the season, that could really be just a function of who you have played at this point. But I know I've spoken to Coach Wingenbach a couple times, and I know he would like to see more production on offense. And early in the season, when you lose the all-time career scoring leader at Cheyenne and Brenna Dick, you're going to have to figure out how to make that work. And it might not be that one person steps in right away. It's going to have to be done by committee, and I think they're still trying to work out some of those kinks.
Like you talked about earlier, Dan, too, the non-conference game coming up, they actually go to Mandan, both teams tomorrow
morning, yeah.
So they're up and at 'em once again after tonight, focusing on the Bruins first, then headed out into Braves territory. Those two games, I believe, are tomorrow afternoon at like 2 o'clock area.
Yep.
And so as we look at, you know, some more of the Mustangs coming into this one, their EDC record right now is 1-0. They beat the West Fargo High Packers on Tuesday, and then obviously lost to Bismarck High and Minot High at home,
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, we had the broadcast of the Bismarck game, and I know that was disheartening for this squad because they had really controlled probably 31 of the 36 minutes of the game, and really it wasn't until the last 4 minutes or so that they kind of gave away that lead. And I know Coach Wingenbach feels like that's a game that they should have won against Bismarck. When you play Minot, the number one team in the state, you kind of expect what's going to come there with their potent offense, and I don't know that was a shock that Cheyenne defeated the Mustangs, but I know that one kind of stung to give up that early one to Bismarck. But it's always good to win against your crosstown rivals, right? And Cheyenne did enough right on Tuesday night in taking down the Packers in the West Fargo gym. And so, you started off, you play the non-conference schedule for competition and to measure yourself against others, but the ones that really count at this time of the year are the conference games, and they're 1-0, and that's all that matters as they move into their second conference matchup tonight.
That's, in all honesty, the only game coming up, too, is that Mandan game that is non-conference all the way up until the Moorhead game at home on Tuesday, January 7th. So with that, we'll send it down to PA announcer Ben, and we'll get the player introductions and national anthem. Welcome back, folks. Coming off of Anthem and player introductions here, we are about set for some basketball here. As once again, the West Fargo Mustangs apparently are taking on the Fargo South Bruins. Bruins in brown and white going left to right on your screen. Cheyenne in their whites going right to left.
And we'll try and update you on some action around the state tonight. Lots of games on tap. And so we'll try and bring you some updates throughout the night.
This is taken early on by South here.
Tris, I would say this is one of, as a nice take there by Osborne, just unable to connect, and that's going to go off of Sabanovic. But, this is as experienced of a South roster as we've seen for a while, kind of as it's been. They often end up with a lot of young players that they're playing.
Seabold for three. Just off the mark there.
But for South, this is a pretty experienced group. Lots of juniors on this squad. And that's the thing that you're trying to do is build a program. You've got to keep consistency.
Caribou recovers. And that'll be a jump ball, Cheyenne ball, I believe.
Just missed Limvier on the cut there. Little high for her. So everyone in the gym still standing.
Keene takes this one up, passes over to Seavold. Gets back to her.
So zone look here.
Kicks down low to Metcalf. Still off the mark. Everyone's still standing. That'll be a Mustang ball.
And Islander stepped on the sideline. There is traffic got a little tight. Again, South in this 2-3 zone. Cheyenne's gotten a good look both times down the floor, both from in tight and from the three as Liv Jung there airmails one. So everyone a little tight, lids on the basket.
This one's kicked out to Caribou. Down low looking for
good
someone
D
open.
by Jung, denying, and they're going to get a double dribble.
Sabanovic with the double dribble there.
Good pressure by Liv Jung there, just forcing the mental mistake there from Sabanovic.
King kicks out to Seavold. Back out to Fosher, and
she
tried to go up with that one.
I don't know if that was tipped or she just lost the handle, but another turnover, so
Caribou kicks this one out to Nylander. Nylander will kick out once again to Osborne.
Blocked there a little bit.
Limvier tried to go up with that one, gets her own rebound, and
good job following
still doesn't
her shot.
collect. That one's tipped out front. Metcalf rebounds.
South giving up a lot of size to the Mustangs here as Jung can't find the mid-range jumper.
Keene wide open three.
So half the fans get to sit down here. So we see a little 2-2-1 look from the Mustangs, or a 1-2-2. Give the Bruins a little something to think about.
Good defense by the Mustangs right now, as that one swatted away by Metcalf.
Good help by Cora Metcalf, recognizing the drive there. Put Osborne on the floor. That one is going to say that it was a tie-up just off the Bruins. Refs letting them play a little bit. It's getting, I wouldn't say physical, but there's certainly some, looked like there's been contact a couple times. Nothing called on either end.
As we get some subs coming in, I believe Brooklyn Nickerson and Sabrina Staub.
Yep. There's a good drive by Jung, and she misses.
Just off the mark there.
And Seavold just gets kind of hung up on top of
Sabanovic.
Sabanovic there, just wasn't trying. She was trying to get around her, but good use of the body by Sabanovic to force Seawald into the foul there.
Osborne kicks out. That's a 2. Just hard for an error.
So Seawald has the point guard duties as Keene is sat down.
Seawald on the drive, kicks out to Staub, kicks out to Metcalf, wide 3, just off the mark.
Good job by Seawald there on the rebound. Nickerson inside.
Seawald just off the mark once more. Slimvier recovered that one. Caribou now.
Good D by
tried
Whip
to
Jung
kick
there.
Down. Jung on the defense.
They're going to get the foul there. I think that was on Sabanovic.
Not much scoring going on here in this first half so far. Mustangs doing a really good job on defense right now. Seawald kicks out to Nickerson. Nickerson goes low to Jung. But that one's taken away by Osborne. Down low looking in the paint, I believe, for Nickerson, or for Blado, excuse me.
Blado, yeah, threw that one way there. Osborne's going to finally collect a foul. I think Staub got her there. It was an air ball, but Osborne in the right spot goes up with it right away. Yeah, Staub's going to pick up her first there. Bruins still not on the board. 4.5 minutes in.
And she'll miss her second one too, so one side of the stand still standing as Nickerson drives.
Nice floater there
Good
by
floater.
Nickerson, the lefty on the baseline.
Nickerson with that left hand.
Both teams kind of looking for a spark offensively here tonight.
Limvier kicks down to Sabanovic. Nylander looking for someone. Osborne with the 3. Just off the mark.
Good rebound.
That one off the back rim. Good rebound there.
That was Nylander, got it. Good entry pass.
Caribou to Osborne
from
on that
Caribou,
one.
Yeah, but a lid on the hoop right now for the Bruins. As Seawald gets in, gets underneath Osborne, and they're going to get Osborne. Osborne saying, I went straight up with that, but they're going to say that was a little body there on that. No, they're going to get, that wasn't on Osborne, it was on Sabanovic underneath.
Seawald hits her first one. Puts the Mustangs up 6-0 here. And Seawald will hit
Ava makes
both of them.
Keene's going to come in and replace her. So 7-0 lead. Cheyenne still showing their 1-2-2. Bruins break it fairly easily as Zimmerman
Caribou
Zimmerman's
keeps this
on
one
the floor.
herself.
Is that going to be Staub, I think, on the reach as Caribou went by? Yeah, that's going to be Staub's second.
Caribou
Good job
tried
by
to go to
Keene.
Osborne there. Keene stops that one.
Wide
And
open
to
look for
Blado,
Blado.
too.
Boy, she could have driven and gotten to about 4 feet on that one. Elects the jumper from the free throw line, no good. Good job by Staub. That's going to be off of her.
Caribou intended for Limvier there. as we'll get our first South subs tonight. I believe that is Becker and Machenbacher. So Machenbacher finds Becker here. Kicks out to Nylander. Nylander kicks all the way out. And there's
Limbeer finally gives South an opportunity for the fans to sit down. 6 minutes there it took, but South on the board.
Ooh, now kicks out to Fosher. 3, nylon. As South's just trying to get some points on the board at this point here, trying to keep in this one.
Good defensive sequence by the Mustangs there as Kendra Nickerson's going to come up with it.
Pitches down low. Blado all the way out to Nickerson. 3, just off the mark there. As Limveer now, Zimmerman just off the rim on that. As Wu will take this the other way and
poked out, I think, by Limveer from behind. Good hustle. Kenzie was going to get to the basket and get a shot up, but poked away from her as Blado's out, Metcalf in.
So Mustangs up 10-2 here. And
short again for Kendra Nickerson there. And I think jump ball is going to be possession to the Bruins. And there's our first time out.
Mustangs up 10-2, 10:39 left to go in the first half. We'll take a short break and be right back.
Touch.
Welcome back, folks, as the Mustangs lead the Bruins here 10-2 in this girls basketball matchup. The boys are after this one here. The boys not off to the greatest start either, Wolf, as they are 0-3 overall, or 0-4, excuse me, overall now.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for them to start the season for sure. A lot of new faces after basically your starting five, everybody gone after last year, and we're going to have an opportunity. Oh, I thought that was maybe a travel before the foul on Fosher there, that she changed her pivot foot. But we're going to have a chance to talk with Coach Tim Brandt at halftime of the girls' game here, get a little preview of tonight's contest, and have a chance to visit with him about things he's seen so far early on in this 2024-2025 season.
So Becker makes her first. Becker will make her second, so the Bruins back to within 6. As it did kind of take them a while to get the scoring started, Wolf.
It did.
And Metcalf will try and get one off here. Doesn't collect. Becker pitches this one out. I believe that's Zimmerman.
Yeah, that is Zimmerman, and South has switched to a little man look now, defensively switching things up. As that one is launched, Kenzie Wu comes down with that. I think it was Osborne off the mark on the 3.
Wu to Nickerson.
Kendra has a look, gives it up. Oh, she's open on the baseline. Don't go to her. There's a 2-point attempt.
That's a 2. Just a little short on that one, as Caribou brings this one back up for South. And drive just goes a little long there. Skeen kicks out to Fosher here. Fosher with the drive. Can't collect. Zimmerman kicks out. Osborne for 2. And that'll be an air ball. Mustang ball now, as we get some subs coming in here.
Little hockey line shift on this one. Or a line change.
So we got Jung, Blado, Seavold, and Brooklyn Nickerson, I believe.
Fosher's
And
the only
then
one that
Fosher
stayed
is
there.
the only one that stayed there.
Good anticipation by Caribou there, seeing that look to Blado at the elbow.
Osborne kicks
Boy.
out just off the mark there. I believe that was Nylander.
I think they're going to get Osborne on the push there. Boy, South is just that basket. The hoop has a lid on it here for the Bruins this first half.
As Jung will take this one now. Goes low. Back out to Jung for 3. Hits it. Liv Jung makes her first 3 of the night. As Caribou, I don't know if she tried to get that up or get it out.
A little wild there. Good job by Fosher not to
wide
foul.
open for another 3 just off the mark. As this is in chase, collects, and that was Limbier.
Really good job just tipping that ball out ahead and using her quickness to get by.
Seavold kicks low. Nickerson 3 from the corner. And the Bruins will take another timeout. Mustangs lead at 16-6. We'll take a short break and be right back. Hi. Welcome back, folks. Mustangs lead at 16-6 here in the about midway through this first half at Cheyenne High here tonight, as they are taking on the Fargo South Bruins. The boys' game reminder is after this one. And we'd also like to remind you that tomorrow the West Fargo United girls hockey team plays against the Legacy Bismarck girls hockey team at 1 p.m. That one is streamed right here on Mustang Media.
Quick trap opportunity. South doing a good job. As I almost give the announcer's curse and they almost throw that one away, but they've done a decent job dealing with Cheyenne's pressure look, as that one's going to just go off the hands of Osborne, and so Cheyenne's going to look to extend this lead as they head towards halftime. We're about halfway through the first half.
Jung all the way over to Fosher. Fosher on a drive. Believe that just went off of Limvier there. So we'll get a sub in. Fosher coming out. Stop coming back in.
Yep.
Seaval takes this one now.
Great backdoor
Kicks.
cut and find. Nickerson couldn't handle it, but Staub's going to get a look. She's off the mark.
Just long on that one.
Oh, really good job. Good pressure. Picking up the trap right there, and then a nice job by Brooklyn Nickerson just putting the heat on, making it a tough pass, and South throws it away. I was going to say, everyone kept walking away there. I thought that was Cheyenne's ball, and it was. Oh,
Seaval tried to go back to Nickerson there, and just went off
too
the
low.
foot.
Yeah, it great idea, but the pass was not where it needed to be.
As this one's a deep pass all the way to Zimmerman. Gets to Becker on a low.
And they're going to say double dribble before she goes up over Blado.
Seavold just hands that one over to Jung, gets out to Nickerson, back to Seavold. Two-pointer. Doesn't collect. Blado collects the rebound. Now we have an 18-6 game.
Good job by Blado being around the rim, just going back up quickly with that one.
As Becker went to Caribou there. Caribou looking for Zimmerman on the low.
That's about
corner.
the third or fourth one that Jung has gotten a hand on in this first half. Good job defensively. They're going to go into Becker.
Becker kicks out.
Limbier again.
Gets back in. Limvier, that's a two-pointer. Collects it. As Jung with a wide open three. Just a little short there, I want to say. From our angle, that looked a little short and right, but
Well,
be a Bruin ball.
everybody playing basketball there was thinking the same thing. What we're all taught at a young age or told, follow your shot, and she would have been in great position for a rebound there.
So that's going to be a travel there on Caribou. And
Wingenbach's
Coach Wingenbach's going to take a timeout. So not too much scoring early on here, Dan. Like we talked about, 18-8 game here with 5 minutes 30 left to go.
Well, I think if you're Cheyenne, probably very similar to that game at West Fargo High the other night, it's not for a lack of quality looks. They've gotten lots of good looks. They found players in good position with open looks. Neither team has shot a very high percentage, and South shot a very low percentage thus far. But I don't think if you're Coach Wingenbach, you can complain. You can complain about the looks you're getting. It's just, for whatever reason, they're having trouble getting that ball in the hoop tonight.
Jung kicks all the way over to Wu. Wu almost lost that one. As this one stopped for three. And kind of a hook shot there coming off of number 34. That was Sabanovic.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what she was going for there, but Wu down low. And the hard drive, and that's just going to go out as we'll get some subs. Fosher and Keene coming back in. Subbing out Nickerson and Jung. I believe they'll say that was tipped out on the last drive, and that'll be just tipped out once again.
Great teaching point right there on defense. Always have those hands up in passing lanes, be active, make it difficult to see those passing lanes. You can make a lot of good things happen by just that simple act.
Keane goes to Blado, hands off to Wu. Comes back out to Fosher. Got 1 second left. Staub at the shot clock.
No, they're going to say that's a violation.
Get it off. As we'll have some Bruin subs here. Caribou kicks up to Osborne. Osborne, that's going to be a...
That was a travel, but...
Travel and a half there.
Slight delay from the ref, but they got it right. Good.
Blado just can't handle that one as
that
maybe a little too high for
yeah.
her. As Caribou brings this one up on the driver self.
Yeah. You know, Kenzie found herself in a bad spot. She let her through, which was fine, but then she kind of quit on the playing. Caribou lost control by the time she picked it up. Then Kenzie re-engaged and then made the foul. And that's something, you know, when you're a sophomore and kind of just figuring things out, those are the things that are going to happen.
So Caribou misses the first.
As we're going to see Sebald and
Metcalf
come back, yeah. So the starting five on the floor for the Mustangs.
Caribou misses her second as this one is rebounded by the Bruins.
Good hustle
Osborne
by
down
Sabanovic.
low. Can't do much against Metcalf's height. Zimmerman for three. Just off the mark there. Metcalf comes back out.
Good grip by Cora. They're just staying with that.
Down low, I believe that's Staub. Hits the side of the backboard there.
Didn't need that shot. If it's there, I think it's, you take it. But you had a defender closing out, and so Staub had to feel rushed on it and then hits the side of the backboard. And, it's just kind of learning that and kind of figuring those things out as a season progresses as to what constitutes a good look versus a look. And it means a great deal difference in the outcome of the game. Good ball movement, quick movement. Now there's a good look. Plenty of time to set up. Nothing wrong with missing that one.
As
I think that's going to go off of Lim. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
As I say,
yeah.
I thought that went off
Limbeer.
of Limbeer. They kind of hesitated for a second as Jung's going to come back, and Staub is out.
Sebald in the paint, and that'll be...
I think they're going to get Zimmerman on that one. That'll be the fifth team foul for the Bruins. 5 for each squad at this point. Nobody in the bonus. 3 minutes to go. There's
Metcalf back to Fosher. Kicks out Jung. Back out to Fosher, and Fosher will collect two.
Well, there it was. It's the one they've been waiting for.
Keane on the baseline loses
And Zoe
handles.
Keane just loses the handle on it. But that was the one they'd been waiting on. They've been baiting South into. South has been trying that cross-court diagonal pass multiple times, and Keane, good job of reading that. As Limbeer takes it all the way up herself and now is going to get in.
Just tipped by Keane, collects. And Zimmerman shoots a three. Misfires. Keane will take this one up, kicks down low to Fosher. Fosher from the paint. Just off the mark. Metcalf with a three, collects.
Cheyenne starting to shoot at a little better clip here as the lead is 16. Under 2 to go, and there's another. Oh, almost.
Jung almost intercepted that one as Osborne collects 2.
Nice job by South recovering from that. Almost turned it over. Osborne had good position. Uses the left hand and converts.
Seaval takes a 3 herself.
That's probably not where you want to leave her because she's a good shooter.
Zimmerman tried to kick out right there to Sabanovich. Doesn't collect. Fosher on the drive. Still doesn't collect as Osborne will collect the rebound for South. Kicks out to Lemvier here. And Lemvier will kick out to Nylander now. Nylander surrounded.
Lemvier somehow gets through all that. Gets it over Metcalf, but Metcalf with the rebound. King going to push it up. There's a good take. Good job getting to the hoop on that one by Fosher.
So 40 seconds left to go here in first half as the Mustangs lead 26-12. Fosher going to the line for 2. Fosher misses her first one.
Off the back iron. Some new Bruins on the floor. So we're at 40 seconds left here in the first half.
Fosher will make her second, though. Mustangs go up.
Cheyenne continuing, showing that pressure.
This one's kicked all the way down low to inside the paint. And
that's thrown away.
Nylander just off the mark on the pass there as...
Anytime you provide that pressure, any turnover is a good turnover. It doesn't always have to come a steal in the backcourt. I mean, that's nice, but just speeding up that offense, making them make some quick decisions, that's all you're looking for is the shot clock's off here. So Cheyenne likely going to hold for one unless something really good offers up for them. As you see, Seabald give a quick peek at it. Now we're down to 8. She's probably going to look to create.
Seabald 3.
Back. In and out.
Just off the mark as that'll be the end of the first half. So we'll take a short break and be right back to talk to Coach Brandt as the Mustangs lead at 27-12. Be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
Hi, I'm Diana, and I work at Marvin. Working in manufacturing, not a lot of sitting, so it just makes your day go by faster. Belonging to Marvin makes me feel stable. 25 years. My kids were little when I started here in Grafton. Now I have a daughter that works here. She was one of the ones that pushed me to become the lead, pushed me to be the person that I am now. And I just see myself retiring here. If you're looking for an awesome place to work, come join me at Marvin.
Kyle, and I'm a trainer at Marvin. I work on the night shifts because it works with my schedule. When I first started at Marvin, I started in the forklift department. I was there for 3 months, and I saw an opportunity for a new position. I've never been at a company that has made me feel like they actually do care about my career and my career development. I've just had jobs in the past, and I really feel like this is the first time I'm actually in a career. Come join me on the evening shift at Marvin. It's a great team, and you'll have a lot of fun.
Manufacturing, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not sitting down, doing nothing, just flipping at a couple pieces of wood each day. We are building tomorrow's windows. We all know that each unit that we build makes a difference, not just for the customer, not just for the company, but for each other as well.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're pleased to be joined up here in the Crow's Nest by Mustangs boys coach, Tim Brandt. Tim, thanks for taking a few minutes here at halftime of the girls' game to join us.
My pleasure. It's great to be here with you guys.
Well, so, obviously most people, Mustang fans, basketball fans around the state know the success that the Mustangs had last year in the state championship. I'm curious, just second year in charge, let's not even discuss the championship for a second. What's different for you this year as a coach? Are there things that you learned last year or things you said, I want to do this a little differently, or I want to do that a little differently? Anything you've done to kind of change things up for you?
Not really. The approach is pretty much the same. I mean, obviously you have to adjust a little bit. We have a pretty different roster this year than we had last year. We played 8 guys in our varsity rotation. 7 of those guys are gone. Sully Idry's the only one that's really back that played a lot of varsity minutes last year. So our approach is pretty much the same. It's just getting some of these younger guys up to speed with kind of everything that we do.
Well, I always think as a coach, early in the season, it's always that toughest time as you're trying to develop chemistry, figure out which guys play well off of each other, what rotations you want. How much more difficult has it been, as you mentioned, losing 7 guys from, it's one thing when you just plug and play, well, we need to find these 2 people. When you're finding 6 new guys, right, or 7 or 8, whatever, however deep you want to go onto your bench, how tough is that?
It's hard right away. I mean, you kind of have an idea a little bit when you come into the year what you're going to have and what you're not going to have, and that's no different than this year. It's early yet. We're still trying to find some right combinations and some different things that we need to do, and which guys play better with each other and all that stuff. And so it's early, and it's still really new, and we're still trying to figure some things out. But I've really liked the steps that we've taken so far. I think we're a lot better today than we were 3 weeks ago, and I think we're going to be a lot better in a month than we are right now.
Before we dig into some specifics, one of the things that I think one of the many things that has changed with the landscape of a 3-class system usually during the Christmas break, you gave the kids 2 days off, 3 days tops, and then you had at least one game, maybe 2 games sometimes during the Christmas break. The 3-class system has kind of shuffled all that. No games after tomorrow till after the break. How different do you make that then for yourself? When do you bring the kids back? How much do you put on them, or how much time do you give them off during a break like this?
Well, we'll have about 5 days off, which I think is about the right amount of time. We get up early tomorrow morning. You can hop on the bus at 8 a.m. and head out to Mandan. So that'll be our last one before we get a little break, and then we'll come back next Friday on the 27th, and we'll practice Friday, Saturday. Obviously, take Sunday off, and then and kind of hit the ground running again that following Monday. Because we'll have a game that Friday the 3rd. We get a solid 5 days, which I think we're always
good for coaches and players.
It is good. It is good for coaches and players. I think early in the season, guys get banged up and they're just still getting into shape a little bit.
Yep.
It's flu season, I think, as you know, and some guys are sick and they get cold. So getting away from each other for 5 days and getting some rest, I think, is definitely a good thing.
You mentioned learning how to win, and that was one of the things. I caught a little bit of the huddle broadcast of that game against the Packers the other night, and I know the game against Fergus Falls was another game that you were ahead in. I'm personally a firm believer that, especially when you have a group that's almost a complete reshuffle, remake of players, I think there's an art to learning how to win. Just being ahead on the scoreboard isn't enough. You got to be smart in how you go about things. Are you finding the same thing with your guys?
100%. Like you mentioned, Fergus Falls, we had a 19-point lead at one point. At West Fargo, we had a 12-point lead. And, we definitely need to learn how to hang on to leads. Watching that film back from the West Fargo game, we definitely make a lot of unforced errors and things that we'll get better with, and it's still early. But those are the reasons that we kind of let those leads go. Teams kind of crank up the pressure a little bit, and that with that inexperience, those unforced errors kind of show their face a little bit more than you'd like them to. But yeah, it's definitely a skill that we need to learn to hang on to some leads, and hopefully, we'll get more opportunities with leads to be able to kind of learn.
So as we look at tonight, what are the keys of the game, that you're looking for your players tonight? What types of things do they need to do if you guys are going to be successful and pick up your first EDC win of the season?
Well, we need to limit our turnovers. I think that's been something early in the season that we've struggled with a little bit at times. So we got to take care of the basketball. Our shot selection is so from time to time, so we got to make sure that we're being patient and getting a good shot instead of an okay shot, like passing up a good shot for a great shot, just making that extra pass. And also just being in the right spots defensively. That's something we've worked on a lot in practice, and, still emphasizing where we want to force the ball and get into the right spots and help. With some of these sophomores that we get out there, a lot of the time some of that is new to them, and it's just about getting into the habit of being in the right spots. So that's position defense and taking care of the basketball.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's
Keep
exactly
that
right.
in mind. You don't want to play your best basketball at the end of December. You want it to come at the end of
Absolutely.
February and into March. So play well tonight, and you and your family have yourselves a Merry Christmas.
Appreciate it. You as well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Coach Tim Brandt, Mustangs boys basketball coach. They'll be playing here a little bit later after the girls game wraps up, and they'll be going for their first EDC victory of the season against a Fargo South squad tonight, as we've seen the second half begin here of the girls. Kellen Fosher with the three-pointer to start things off, the scoring. Liv Jung gets in. A little off balance there.
Caribou takes a deep ball. It's all the way to Nylander down low there. Caribou on the drive, just a little short there on the floater. Seaball deep ball to Kean.
And that's something I think, I
Seaball's
guess,
three.
To me, it's the type of basketball I want to play. I want to push tempo. I want to attack and keep that defense kind of on its heels. And even if you don't get the layup as Metcalf swats away Osborne's attempt, as you push, it creates openings after the fact. And see, there's a great look, a kick out to a wide open three. You know,
Poster
that's a
just off the
great
mark.
look. That's a great look, and that was all predicated on that tempo. And I think you just push, you push teams to have to make some bad decisions.
And that's one of those early on things too, Dan. You talked about, you also talked about that in the BHS game, I believe, figuring out what a look is compared to a great look.
Yep.
And we've definitely seen that early on here, as the girls have been the only ones playing at home so far, all the way up until the boys' game later on tonight, like you said. But definitely something that progresses throughout the season, and I'm sure that they're working
good find.
on.
Unfortunate that's not an and one opportunity, but when that ball moves, the ball moves so much faster in the air than it does dribbling, and if you can keep that pressure on the defense, you get great looks without having to work any harder. And you're right, Tristan, just because a shot presents itself doesn't mean it's a good look. There are smart times, even what Coach Tim Brandt was saying, ill-advised shots, knowing when passing up a good look for a great look, those types of things. And that comes with time and coaching and kind of the rotations and knowing who you're on the floor with. But it's always something that you're working on. It's a great job by Cora Metcalf there. Again, pushing that tempo.
Seavold airballs that one. As
Metcalf just couldn't stop her momentum. She was coming down to crash the boards, which is what she should do.
Metcalf going to play volleyball at the University of Omaha.
Yeah, Nebraska, Omaha. And I almost drug the pivot foot there, but held on to it as Lemire brings it up. Limvier. There. Oh. Now, who's going to be responsible for that?
Tosher makes an attempt.
Someone's going to have to get up there. And they call for an extra ball. Almost. There it is.
I didn't know why they didn't send Metcalf over there.
Well,
we got it down either way.
That's all that matters. As I was going to say, Tristan, I'm a guy that, I know analytics says you should shoot the three and that provides certain advantages and that sort of stuff. But I think it comes with the caveat you have to shoot the three adequately. It doesn't have to be great, but you have to shoot an adequate percentage. And I've still always been a believer in like the three, love the rim. When you can, try and get to the rim. It causes good things to happen. As we're going to see Zimmerman jack one up there. She can't find the range. Zoe Keene pushes. See, that's great. And now you can always set up. That's a tough pass. A cross-court pass.
Intercepted by Limvier.
Good change of pace and direction by Limvier and got to the hoop. Gets her own rebound and follows it up.
That quick change of pace might be what kind of caught her that there.
Yeah,
so
that change of pace, that hesitation is a great move for young players. Changing speed, changing direction, really keeps a defender off guard as Limvier misses the first. As we have Brooklyn Nickerson, Maya Blado, and Sabrina Staub coming on for the Mustangs. I see down on the sideline Mr. Bodell, undoubtedly reminding the students who won the big grudge match basketball game today between the staff and the seniors.
Staff won, just to make that clear.
Oh, absolutely.
Staff won by the one off of the Tech, I believe it was.
If
I remember right.
I think it was the turnaround jumper and the foul, and that was the difference as Nickerson gets the steal, and that's going to provide an easy opportunity for Seavold. That's what a press does, and Coach Olson's going to get a timeout. But yes, the staff came away victorious. I think for the staff, number one was try and win. Number two, no one have any serious injuries. Old people, falls, broken hips, and things like that happen all the time for old people. So did you go to the game today, Tristan?
I did.
Oh, was it?
I watched it all the way through. It was pretty interesting. No broken bones, no one injured. So I'd say it was a pretty good success.
Yeah. And it, certainly fun for everyone involved to be able to get out there and play. And so it was great. Mr. Salmon played today.
I don't think
Mr. Salmon did not.
Didn't play.
I didn't have a chance. It was broadcast on Mustang Media this morning, and I only had a little bit of time to see the game, so I didn't get to see all of it, but I did see the ending.
The one thing I was disappointed in today, Wolf, at that game was I didn't get to see a Mr. Mo dunk. I was really hoping for him to go on top of someone's head and just never got the chance to do it. So learned about a couple of teachers possibly next year that could be a danger to the class of 2026, my own class, alongside Drake Nostrom, who's in the booth today and will be commentating the boys' game. So we'll get some stuff figured out here. I believe clock issue. Maybe not.
Oh, we've got things going once again. Is Cheyenne going to continue to keep some pressure on there as Blado gets her hand on that one?
Ooh. Caribou kind of took a hard fall on that back side there, as you see right here. She tried to save that one, almost went head first into the brick.
Well, as we look at things, other scores going on around the state right now, as that one gets through and Nickerson touches it last. Mandan, tomorrow's opponent, played Jamestown tonight. Mandan currently number 3 in the state for the girls, won 66-28. Fargo Davies, Mandan's number 3 in the state. Davies, ranked number 2, is up 45-32 on Shanley at the Shanley Gym. Red River at halftime leads Central 27-15. Minot, just before halftime, leads Bismarck's 56-35. And Legacy, number 5 in the state, leads St. Mary's 47-28.
So we got a rivalry night up north.
Yep, with the Knights and the Riders playing each other in Grand Forks tonight.
As the Mustangs lead this one 39-12. Jung with a 2, I believe that was. As this one gets out to Caribou. Eventually gets to Nylander. Kicked out to Caribou once more. Finds Becker. There's Becker in the paint.
They're going to get a foul.
Be a foul.
They're going to get Seaball there. It was a travel.
I thought that was a travel for a second, too.
One thing, that pressure defense from Cheyenne and keeping on them, that's eating, half of the shot clock every time down. And so South feels a little pressure that they got to get into something and get, a quick look because of that, as that one from Becker is going to be good. Seawald, that was her second foul.
Some subs coming back in here.
Keenan Fosher back on the floor as the Mustangs lead 39-13 with 13:02 to go.
Becker's second will also be good.
We'll have an opportunity to sit down and talk for a few minutes to Kenyon Wingenbach, the Mustang girls coach, to get his thoughts on the first game here tonight, his reaction, and ask him a couple of different things as Cheyenne is controlling the offensive glass. And that's going to be a foul on Zimmerman, I think. Sorry, it's Caribou. Caribou.
Keene takes this one. Kicks to Blado. Blado over to Staub. Fosher on a drive. All the way out, Zimmerman with a 3 attempt.
And you're going
from
to get
the corner.
Becker with the push from behind on Blado. Good position by Maya Blado there.
Blado now kicks down low to Fosher. Fosher tries to go up, blocked in front there by Sabanovic. Sabanovic, excuse me. This one kicks out wide open. Nickerson just short. Becker now. Sabanovic kicks all the way over to Zimmerman, goes down low. Lemvier attempted 3, goes long. Becker collects the rebound, and that'll be a foul, and Becker will go to the line for 2. Elsie Becker, 6'1" junior. She misses her first one.
Ooh, that
Becker will hit her second one.
Okay, I was going to say.
That was a really low arc.
Sabanovic was moving well before the shot, and indeed that's what was called. So that one is taken off the board for the Bruins. The lead remains 25.
Blado kicks out to Fosher. Fosher now.
Still 15 seconds, all the time in the world to get a shot off here.
Blado wide open 3, just off the back iron.
Good job by Fosher being in position. She's got
Fosher from the baseline, tried to get out to Keene.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Sabanovic on that. She was anticipating Fosher going up for the shot. Fosher stopped, looked for the kick out. And that's going to be the bonus now, as that's the 7th team foul on the Bruins. And Cheyenne will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Cheyenne only with 4 team fouls right now, as we still have 11-14 to go. Those of you maybe tuning in, looking for the boys' action. The JV boys game ran long, and so we won't get started exactly on time for the boys matchup tonight.
We do apologize for the late start, but not much you can do.
Nope.
As Fosher collects both of them. Put them up 41-14 here. Second half, about 11 minutes left to go here.
Good anticipation by Nickerson. Just
barely not able to save that one.
Either the ball or she touched the line going for the save to keep it alive. But again, it's forcing South to think about this, and there's
good seal
thrown
by
away.
Fosher, and that'll be called out.
And then Fosher steps
Fosher
on the line, but again, it was a steal, forcing South into quick, poor decisions.
As Wu will come back in. Nickerson off. Brooklyn Nickerson off. Excuse me. Lemvier kicks to Nylander. Back to Lemvier.
Kinsey shutting off the right side of the court.
Lemvier almost got cornered there.
Oh.
And just a poorly attempted left hand there as this will be wide open. Fosher.
I think that's going to be 3.
That'll be a 3. I believe she'll get 3, which she will. So Fosher makes the first one. 10:35 left to go here in second half.
Some people filing in. Looks like there'll be a slightly bigger crowd for the boys' game, as we've seen the stands fill in somewhat.
Once again, if you are tuning in, we do apologize. The boys' JV game ran a little late, so this one started about 20 minutes late. But like we said, not much you can do about that, as Fosher with the chance to make all 3 here.
There it is.
And there we go, 44-14. Officially up by 40 now. Or 30, excuse me. It's been a long day.
Well, it's, you know, I understand. Zimmerman launches one, and Kendra Nickerson brings it down. Sebald going to push tempo. Kick out.
Keene wide open 3.
Yeah. Zoe caught
maybe
in stride. I mean,
maybe could have took a second there,
Yeah.
or half a second even, and
looked like she got her feet under her
Yeah.
and was ready to go.
as Keene finds Metcalf, kicks out to Jung. Jung on the drive.
Yeah, it's a
and
travel.
that'll-
Kind of got the ball stuck
Yeah.
on her hip.
This will go down low, intended for Nylander. Gets back it out.
Limbier, Caribou.
And that was
Machenbacher just, that was good ball movement, that kick. She was there waiting for it, and she was set. Good, smart move by Zoe Keene there to get the foul on the ground, and she's going to shoot bonus. But kind of got, I think it was Caribou was uncertain, was manned up on Zoe and then turned to look for someone else, because I think Limbier had Zoe, and Zoe just hit the gas and caught South in a bad transition there as one player was trying to hand off to the next.
As Keene makes her bonus, and the ref hopped once, almost got it, but
had to ask.
Sebald had to step in.
Abby Sebald had to get up there. They are, folks, they are new nets that are put on here, so they are a little tight yet. If the ball doesn't rip through there, if it's pretty soft, it will get stuck in the netting, and you have to get that as Osborne has her back turned to the ball. That pass, I don't know if it was necessarily for her.
Keene goes to Metcalf.
Oh, good cut by Jung.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a foul in Sebald. And now this is number 9 on the Bruins, so after this, Cheyenne's going to be in the double bonus. And, you know, if you're South, you've gotten some good looks, but, you know, they've been trying to go more man here in the second half. I might think that a zone might actually be better for you. I'm going to dare teams to beat me with the 3 because it's going to give me rebounding position, and it's going to keep me out of foul trouble more or less.
So Sebald makes both of them. As that'll be a travel there on number 13, Maya
That was Nylander, yeah.
as Nickerson finds Metcalf in low. And that'll be a Mustang ball. So it went off the foot of, I believe that was Caribou. Finds Jung for 3, just off.
Really good job crashing the boards there by Seavold in good spot. She gets fouled going up. And she'll go to the line for 2.
So she'll miss the first one here. Seavold makes her second. So she'll collect 1 there.
I think that's Limbeer who's been like a pogo stick having to get that ball out of the net time after time as Osborne misses on the 3.
Seavold kicks over to Nickerson. Nickerson over to Jung. To
Good
Metcalf.
cut.
Jung on the drive collects.
Good recognition by Cora. Cora was going to go for a post move and then saw Jung break free on that cut and just left a nice pass for her. Jung finishes at the rim. There, great find.
Seavold kicks out to Nickerson. Nickerson from beyond the arc. Doesn't collect as we still have a 50-14 game here. 7 minutes left to go.
Keene, no numbers, and then walks out to the corner and no one around her. Good look. Jung in position.
Jung comes out with it.
Fresh
Kicks out
shot
to
clock.
Metcalf, and
I was going to say, fresh shot clock. Wingenbach just wants a timeout to get some players on the floor as he'd had 5 girls at the scorers table for quite some time.
So Marley Bedeau will get some playing time here.
First action of the night.
First action of the season, I believe.
I know she was battling an injury.
Not quite
Not sure what that was. They adjusted the shot clock, so must have been a slow reaction on the shot clock as Kenzie's going to set up. Out to Blado.
Gets out to Staub. Staub attempting a cut there, kind of. As Nylander will bring this one back up now and
going to get Brooklyn Nickerson there with the body, a little hand check. As Ava Keene comes on, sees her first action, along with Adria Roller.
Ava Keene bringing this one up, passes out to Wu. Wu gets all the way over to Bedeau. Down low to Blado. Keene kicks out. I believe that's Roller.
Good job by Blado, working hard inside. It's always nice when you're rewarded. You see a player working hard for position and fighting for rebounds, and when they're able to connect on one. Nice job by Kenzie Wu there, playing some tough defense.
As Nylander.
That went off Kenzie Wu's hands, couldn't corral it. And we're going to see some other new faces tonight for the first time. As Brinley Richmond is on for the first time. Maybe that's the only new one for tonight, or in this shift. But Brindley Richmond
as that one must have been tipped. I thought it went off of Becker there for a second.
No, I
maybe
think
not.
Roller got a hand on it.
As this one's kicked up to Staub. Staub misses on the
Richmond
one, and
fighting
Richmond
for it.
Will get a jump ball for a Mustang ball, or Bruin ball actually. Zimmerman kind of put up right there, and that one will go out and be a Bruin ball.
So we got Staub back in and Brooklyn Nickerson on for Richmond and Roller. Sabanovic loses it. Oh, Kinsey take one in the face there, I think.
Kin gets over to Wu.
Oh, good pass.
Low.
Good ball movement. That's
on the
great
arc,
to
that's
see.
Keen, doesn't collect.
Really good vision by the Mustangs there. Ball kept moving way ahead, way faster than South could adjust to. Got a look, just couldn't make it as we see Zimmerman with the runner there. And there's going to be a timeout just for some substitutions. As we're going to see Richmond and Roller, I think, back.
As Nickerson take this one, kicks to Roller. Roller are on the cut.
That's a nice shot. And, you know, that's one of the things, Tristan, when you're playing against players that you haven't seen all game. Adria is a lefty naturally, and, you know, you're told most of the time to try and force players to their left because that's their offhand, and they're not used to that. Well, Adria is a lefty, and that just played right into her hands as she's going to make the first free throw, as we have Bedeau and Ava Keen back in. So it looks like every dead ball opportunity is going to be an opportunity to change the rotation a little bit, get some people some experience for Coach Wingenbach tonight. As we also see some new faces for the Bruins here.
So that'll be Kaba.
Kaba threw that one or off of, I think that was Bedeau that got a hand on it. And there,
Becker and Roller.
Roller's going to pick up the foul there.
For those of you just tuning in once again, we do apologize. The boys JV game did run a little late. So this one started about 20 minutes late. That's why we are kind of running over the boys' time here, as they were supposed to start at 7:15, I believe. Or 7, one of the two.
I think 7:15, so it'll probably be closer to an 8 o'clock tip tonight with the doubleheader.
Is that one intended for Kaba, as Wu on the hard
nice
drive.
As everyone's trying to get that ball out of there as we're under 40 seconds to go. Oh, good find. Becker down there, can't convert.
Just misses. Shot clock's off here. So think Wingenbach kind of wants them to just
run it out.
Hold on to this one, run it out. No need for, as that'll be a Mustang victory, 56-16. Your final score. Wolf, what were your thoughts tonight?
Well, obviously Cheyenne had a size advantage on South, and we talked about where they stand in terms of points given up per game and scoring average and those sorts of things. Both teams struggled shooting the ball early in the first half. Cheyenne got it going a little better. I think the shots that Cheyenne had an opportunity to, the looks they were getting were good. That press started to pay off, kind of wore down South a little bit. You always are happy with wins, especially early in the season. This will put Cheyenne at 2-0 in the EDC, as they're going to, as Coach Brandt said, hop in a bus at 8 a.m. tomorrow to go play the number 3 team in the state, the Mandan Braves, and that'll be a tougher test tomorrow and a way to measure themselves versus some of the other teams in the state. So, a good win. Lots of people saw some playing time, lots of contributions. You move forward, see what you can do tomorrow, take a break, get a little bit of rest, and then, you really got to be ready to go, as it's going to be that hard push from basically beginning of January all the way through to March. It's about a 2-month stretch that there's not going to be many days off, so take advantage of them while you can.
So the Mustangs expand their EDC record to 2-0 tonight. That about wraps up this broadcast. We'll be back in a short minute for the boys matchup. So for everyone up here in the booth, I'm Tristan Murrock.
I'm Dan Wolf.